Welcome everyone to HFN, also known as HueFin News. Today is January the 9th, 2021. This is our first Lookout live stream session. I want to give everyone an opportunity who is an artisan member on our particular channel, the opportunity for us to look at any chart that you all want to talk about, that you want to review. This is our opportunity for us to engage, to speak, and look on those particular markets that is of interest to you. So to Robert Gonzalez, we are all doing good on it today, especially for those who are in Bitcoin and in the altcoin space. You guys can already tell that Bitcoin is making all-time highs seemingly on a day-to-day basis. So literally everyone should be having a good day on today, especially if they're into the cryptocurrency space. So let's go ahead and drop a couple of bombs for those individuals who are in the cryptocurrency space, because Bitcoin and other altcoins continually show us that they want to go higher in price. Please put in a 1 if you guys can hear me, so we guys can go ahead and get started. Type a 1, let me know if you guys can hear me. Got it. Appreciate it. I finally got a couple of ones in on the chat. Let me all know that you guys can hear me, so we can go ahead and get started. Let me tell each and every one of you, first of all, during our live stream, this is the opportunity for only our artisan members, those who have choose the artisan perk, to give us opportunity to look at the chart. So make sure, if you guys are not an artisan member, that you go ahead and join us, because we want to learn as much as possible. We want to look at a plethora of charts to try to get understanding as to where these markets are headed. So you'll have to be an artisan member in order to participate in these live streams. Okay, so make sure you all do that. All right. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. So on our community posts that I send out, what we're going to start doing for all of our artisan members, we are going to send out a community post to our artisan members the beginning of every week, so we can start keeping track of the charts that you all want us to look at. So starting Monday, I'm going to send out another community post to our artisan members and let the community know which charts you are interested in, and we'll go ahead and copy that, and we'll talk about that on our next Lookout live stream session. Okay, so from our last community post we sent out, there were a couple of charts that a couple of our individuals wanted to look at, and we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. The first one we are going to look at is a cryptocurrency called RSR. We're going to look at the chart paired against Tether on the Binance exchange. As you all can see, that this market is relatively new, and it's also following the rest of the cryptocurrencies in this space today as well. So I bet many people are feeling like that, since this particular cryptocurrency RSR is moving up there to the upside. As a matter of fact, on this Binance exchange, you can see that it is making all-time highs. As a matter of fact, it made all-time highs again today in this space. One thing I want you all to pay attention to is that you guys don't see anywhere in the background of this chart that the market is actually finding any restriction. So we'll have to be careful into understanding as to how high this particular market in RSR can go. So let's take a look at this market real quick on a weekly time frame, since we are almost at the conclusion of this week. You all can see that the volume over the last 2 weeks, including this current week, is continually to show us increase in volatility, increase in volume. That simply means that we're seeing the market participation of this particular cryptocurrency continually to see the market moving higher. So let's take a look at RSR on an hourly time frame real quick, and you all can see right here that this particular market for RSR is definitely in an uptrend. So that's one of the things that we need to do when we're following a trap. We need to expect the market to we need to follow his footprints. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to continue to draw a line on our chart to track him, to follow him. So let's go ahead and create this ascending line real quick into the market for RSR. And as I spread out the time frame, you guys can see that this is a very strong slope right now in the market for RSR. So the expectation for the most part is still for this currency to continue to see higher price. It is not bucking the trend just yet. So the trap is still showing us that he wants to continue to increase the volume of this currency. So when you look at RSR on the daily time frame, you guys can tell that the strength in this market is still here. We need to pay attention to what occurs into the market in RSR here. All right. So actually, we're still anticipating the trap to continue to increase the value of RSR. The only problem is that we do not know how high the market's going to go. Okay. So what we're going to do is that we're going to create this forecast into the market for RSR with the expectation of it continuing to go higher in price. The only caveat is we don't know how the market's going to go. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to look for the trap to continue to increase the value of RSR to the upside. And maybe around 5 cents, you know, as initial area TP to see the trap try to take the market, which is about 5% profitability. Okay. But I'm going to bring it up there towards 5.5 cents overall. And that's there. Yeah, Ron, XRP definitely looks like it wants to take off. We've seen some strength on our last couple of videos that we've been watching the market, that XRP is still trying to increase that price. Shah Youssef, for us to look at the chart SHR, you'll have to become a member of ours on our Artisan Perk in order for us to really look at that particular market for SHR. And now the next chart that we're going to look at is going to be Graph, which is another new cryptocurrency. And you guys can see that we've been tracking this market in Graph since January the 1st. And we anticipated that the trap was going to lower the value of Graph. But you all can see right here that the weakness is definitely continuing to play out. Okay, it came all the way down here towards 30.5 cents, where we talked about on our video. So at least could have gotten around 17% market movement to the downside in Graph. And overall, the market has literally just been trading sideways, which is a positive thing to see of late, at least since we covered this particular market on the 1st of January. So that's very good to see in Graph as to this particular moment. We would actually try to expect some movement to the upside in Graph from what we're seeing right now for this particular currency. Maybe see this market try to tag out around 40 cents again. And then we'll have to reevaluate this particular market in Graph. But so far, the trap continued to reflect that he wants to increase the value of Graph. So we will be looking for the market in Graph to go a little bit higher. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the chat that we're seeing the market strength in GRT and Graph paired against Tether on the Binance exchange, maybe around 40 cents as a market high, maybe a little lower than that, around 38 cents as well. We can see some more sellers entering the space. But from what we are seeing on this price chart and graph, we are looking for the market to try to go higher in price. Okay, we might do a video outside of this live stream for graph just to update that. But yeah, this market looks pretty good in graph. So now the next chart that we're going to look at from our artisan members that was talked about in our community post was UPS. Okay, so let's take a look at this market in UPS and pay attention to what the trap has been doing since December 23rd. You guys can see right here that the market for UPS continues to reflect towards weakness. The trap has lowered the price in UPS, and the market doesn't look like it wants to stop just yet. I'm going to show you this on the weekly chart in UPS. You guys can see that weakness right there. This market in UPS is still showing us a lot of weakness in this space. And you guys can see here that the market may actually try to find some support in UPS around $156. Let me draw this in on the chart so you all can see it right now. So we need to pay attention to what the trap is going to do literally next week. The market's going to make a decision next week as to whether or not the market's going to hold this area of 156 and move higher in price. Because you can see what occurred right here on these two weekly price bars. The market drops, and then immediately the next week, the market moved higher in price. I would suspect that the trap would try to do that again here, just like he did during these 2 weeks in October. But the weakness and the volume is still a lot higher than what we've been accustomed to in UPS of the last 3 or 4 weeks. So there is still weakness here in the market in UPS. We will be looking for this particular stock to go lower in price. Our restriction area will now be around $165. And ultimately, we would TP the market in UPS right here on support because we have confirmed history from the trap that $155 was support. So we would TP the market right there, which would be about 1.71% profitability into the market. But ultimately, you guys can see this area here. That area can literally be a next support area if the trap shows us that he cannot hold 155 as support. So I'm just going to lower it down back here towards 145. I'm not saying it's going to occur, but we're anticipating that the trap can literally lower the price that low. Okay. So Yusef, it is $4.99 a month in order to participate in the artisan perk. Okay, so we're going to hold that there for UPS. We're going to TP the market around 155. Ultimately, we can see it come down to 145, but we're not really anticipating that. We have to see what occurs into the market in this upcoming week. So now let's go ahead and look at the last one, which is FedEx. The last stock or chart that our artisan members want us to look at is FedEx. So we're going to go ahead and check out FedEx as well. And you guys can see right here, even in FedEx, it seemed like the transportation sector on the stock market is getting walled up. A lot of weakness is entering this particular space. When you have UPS and you have FedEx all showing us weakness, that lets us know that the overall general market is weak as well. Okay, FedEx is not the exception. It is not in an upward trend, just like UPS. You guys can see that FedEx is giving us weakness here too. So not as far as what UPS is showing us, but we have weakness to contend with. Now, the question is, where do you see the market in FedEx and UPS going? Do you think the market is strong? Do you think the market is weak? So for all of our members who have access to the custom emojis, do you think the market is strong, or do you think the market is weak for FedEx? Because for the moment, we're seeing that the market in FedEx is weak. So let's go ahead and play some of this weakness into the market in FedEx as well. Just like UPS, we just need to determine how low the market will go. Okay. So let's do this real quick. I want to zoom out and take a look at the market in FedEx real quick. So restriction in FedEx is going to be around $260. Okay. And the support area, initially, I can anticipate the trap trying to come in and hold the market in FedEx around 240, right? But $230 also is in the realm of possibility, considering how much weakness is coming through FedEx over the last couple of weeks. Okay, over the last couple of weeks in FedEx and UPS, we're not seeing any strength at all. The market is in a downtrend. We just need to determine how low the market is going to go. All right, so $240, $230 initially is what we're seeing into the market in FedEx. Okay, so we're going to hold that there in the market in FedEx. On the monthly time frame, the market in FedEx definitely can go to 220. That's on a long-term purview. You're looking into the market in FedEx to see how low the market can go. But generally, the whole transportation sector in the stock market is definitely hinting at some weakness when you have, especially two transportation stocks like FedEx and UPS, showing us a lot of weakness. Now, that could mean that we are seeing something on the horizon for the overall stock market, but it is definitely something to anticipate when you have your transportation stocks showing us weakness. Okay, so we're going to continue to play the weakness for FedEx, UPS, and for RSR, the cryptocurrency. Go ahead and do a little quick recap. So for RSR, we're going to play the strength on this particular cryptocurrency. And for Graph, we're playing the strength on that particular cryptocurrency. And for FedEx and UPS, we're playing the weakness. All right, that's what we're seeing. So for all of our members, what do you all see for the cryptocurrency, RSR, and Graph, GRT? And for FedEx and UPS, are you seeing strength and weakness? Use those custom emojis and let everyone know what you're seeing on the market for those four particular products. And that's about it. So we're going to be doing our lookout live stream sessions periodically. We're going to try to do it on every Saturday, but it's not going to be I don't want it to be scheduled or structured in the sense that we'll have to do it every Saturday, because I might want to break in every once in a while. If anything is breaking out or something that is urgent and important, we'll come in and do a lookout live stream session on that particular issue so that we can make sure that we stay ahead of the trap. You know, that's one thing I want everyone here on this particular platform to get accustomed to, is to predicting the market, is to staying ahead of the game and watching the footprints of the market trap. Okay, now the market trap is the one who controls the price. It is one individual. It could be a algorithm, it could be a bot, it could be an actual human that is dictating the price movement of every product in the market. So you have to get accustomed to what he lays down in order to get a grasp as where the market is going. So we wanted to give everyone the opportunity to converse with us, to look at the charts right alongside with us and try to predict the market as well, because you want to get into the system and accustomed to doing this for yourself and not being dependent on the experts, not being dependent on the analysts, not being dependent on fundamental analysis, because all of those things confuses people. And when you simply look at a price chart as we do, you eliminate all of those other confusional aspects and you just focus in on the price. And now you get in position and you profit right alongside the trap. So look forward to us doing more of these live stream lookout sessions. We want everyone else to have the opportunity to participate. So as I go, wish each and every one of you a great afternoon, great evening, great day, wherever you may be. And as well, as I always say, join us. Make sure you maintain that profitability and go and trade different. We'll see you all on our next Lookout live stream session. Hopefully this first one was beneficial. If not, we're going to work on it, make sure that there's no buffering, making sure that we get all the kinks and technical aspects out as we continue to try to deliver a better product to all of our members. Make sure you maintain a profitability. I'll talk to you all on the next one.